Just to let you know, the build I'm currently using, immortal build, sort of. So there's a lot of things you can do in it. Of course, combat, there's dungeons. This is basically all my build does, is I set up a bunch of damage over time. And then I just float. This heals me, like, a lot. Let me see if I can show you. Let me set up my damage, my heal numbers as well. Combat, resource numbers only, ongoing. Where's incoming? Incoming on, take off damage over time, healing on, healing over time, off, 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 off. Oh, well, I'll put show over healing. That's how much I'm healing for every second. And this ability doesn't cost mana. Well, no. If they do enough damage, I can die. As you see my bar at the bottom, they're doing damage, but because I'm healing. Like, let me see if I can show you, like, getting overpowered. Let me go find a big bunch of mobs. Let's die. Oh, I'm out of his range. I think there's a camp over here somewhere. Empty camp. Okay, this should be a good example. See how it's just too much damage? Yeah, but let's just actively fight it. Yeah. But technically, I did last, and this is... It's because it's a solo build, because no one plays with me. I have joined guilds, but it's just I don't like talking to new people. It's like as much as I'm the more social out of all of my brothers, it's kind of weird that I don't like talking to other people. Well, I talk to them, but I just don't like doing dungeons and stuff because a lot's to be expected of you. But when you have a solo build, the only thing you can do is just survive. Yeah. In public, the funny thing is just imagine. Oh no, but I'm guessing you already know. Like, he's the most timid, even though he's the dickish person. He's the angry asshole, but he's the most timid when it comes to new people. JJ is timid, but he's easy to warm up. Bristleback. Must. But is he like joking around a bit, or? Oh, then he's just. This one hurts. Oh yeah, this one I can't actively dodge it. That's what actually kill it. But I can always pop God just to heal, and that's the good thing about it. Just healing. And crumble. Ice build. My build's incomplete, that's why I'm getting my ass kicked. Armor. There's a certain armor set that I need. Dungeons. Where is it? Direfrost. Scroll down. Ice Furnace. Having the set, 5, when you deal frost damage, you deal an additional flame damage. With that set, along with spinners, where is it? When this gives me spell damage and spell penetration, fire damage and frost damage or spell damage, and then plus bonus magicka, and then the last bit, dungeons again, right here. This one as well, when you deal damage with a damage over time effect, frost does damage over time, flame damage usually sometimes procs burning, which is damage over time. It does more fire damage, which is more damage over time. So this build is a fire and ice build, so basically my build itself involves ice abilities, and I use the Fletcher infection, which is throwing the bugs, that's why my arms are glowy. It basically, whoever gets hit with it gets damage dealt over time, but as you see, it also increases, it makes them weaker to getting hit. Their minor vulnerability, which increases their damage taken by 5%. Plus, throwing in a second cast of the ability increases the damage, so instead of it being 6,300, it'll actually be like, I believe 9,400 damage for 10 seconds. So, I am extremely strong, but I don't have to do anything. Like, I cast, and then float, and what happens is, as he's taking that ice damage, just imagine a bunch of flame damage happening to him as well. Just a shit ton of damage being slapped at him. Just because of the sets. And a lot of the reasons why I don't really progress much in this game is I like customization, so it's all, for me it's basically think of it like I'm fashion. It's stupid, but so like everything from different armor styles that I can equip. Oh, I don't need that. Like stuff like this. But I like this one because I'm going to show you my house. And yes, this also has like kind of a house building thing as well. I like how it shows that someone's watching and then it disappears. I don't know if it's just you losing connection to my terrible broadcast or if someone else is actually watching me. Now it's one. So basically, this is the home I have.
Hey, I wrote you a song. You're gonna love it, mate. It's a brisk 16 hours long, very up-tempo, and there's only a, I don't know, 12% chance it'll cause a stroke.
So, crafting station. Crafting station. Basically, I just made it look like a good home. I know it's not the best. I know a lot of people have better ideas. It's just, this looked good to me.
No questions, only gold and wares.
Oh, hold on. That's actually an NPC. I did the Thieves Guild quest line, which basically gave me her. I can summon her and sell stolen items to her at a reduced, like, she charges a fee. So I don't get as much as if I took the time to go all the way to an outlaw's refuge and sell it there. But it's a quick way to get rid of stolen items. So right now I'm going to open this and then sell. Get back here.
This one is at your beck and call.
I don't need lockpicks. I have like 5 stacks of them. It's 200 apiece. But yeah, for the most part, the goal of the game, it's like any MMO. There is storylines. Each zone has its own story. So once I finish loading, I'll show you what I mean. It's like, this game goes on sale every now and then, so that's a good way to get the game. You don't need a lot. I know if you get like the current version of the game, which is the Greymore chapter, it gives you all the previous chapters with it. So it's a good buy. Let me see if I can show you. Alright, yeah. Okay, this whole area has its own zone storyline, which is right here. My character was originally part of this faction. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay, this entire area up here is part of one faction. This game has 3 separate factions you can join. Normally, your character, when the game first launched, your character, say this is Ebonheart Pact territory. if you join that faction, you could only explore this area. This is the PvP area where the 3 factions fight. So if you were Ebonheart Pact, you could only explore this territory. But they updated it to the 1 Tamriel update, which allowed, even if you're Ebonheart Pact, you can travel to Aldmeri Dominion territory or Daggerfall Covenant territory. And you can play with your friends, and it doesn't matter which faction you're a part of. The only downside is, made for PvP,